City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life on its complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people, this is city. I met all my best friends, and I wanna thank every brick. I wanna thank every entrance to every building that I step in this city of mine. I owe you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole damn day doing whatever we want. Keith drove us down to Ice Place while we'd roll up a blunt, and me and Jack would get stoned, walk around and get lost. Don't think I'll ever truly pay back all I was lucky to get just by walking through the city. No, I'm a small part of this.
City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
I never really had a place to call my own, so I travel and I roam till I find that. But I'm full of adventure, so I wander and I venture, and it's safe to say that really I don't mind that. I book a flight to try to figure where my mind's at, a spot where I don't spend no money, just some time at. I mix and mingle with the people till I learn a little. I brought some weed and baby, maybe we could burn a little. She said you're funny, I said no, I'm Xavier, then I left. Sun shining, birds chirping, let me take a breath. I'm headed to the city where my chance to make it best. What people like to give a little, then you take the rest. I'm hoping one day maybe I can find a place to rest. I fell in love with life and wonder where it take me next. I like the hustle and bustle, I fell in love with the fashion. I feel the pulse of the city, it's moving me like a passion and it's mine.
How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine. How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. Me and my hometown, baby, we go way back. All the situations, circumstances, still we don't mind. Steady going on, I dance around the street lights. Hey, I know every street sign, hanging around the block. Like if you are my friend, then you are welcome any moment. Yeah. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
I see.
Yes. Aloha, gang. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I forgot what TV show I stole that from, but it's important when, you're international man of mystery and you got folks coming from anywhere. So I got to say good morning to my people. Love to have you here. Today is going to be dope. I had an opportunity to be on Christian's show, I think twice, I can't even remember. It's been so long ago. But yeah, super cool cat. He's in our group in the LGL, but the guy's amazing. He's a producer, podcast producer, live streamer, social media manager for like many things before. And now he has his, gig being the content marketing manager for StreamYard. And yeah, so you guys, we're going to get into it real quick. But before that, I give you guys a couple of reminders. If you're brand new around here, let everybody know you're new so that the family can give you the welcome, the big Ohana welcome. Also, if you happen to come to this after the fact, let's just say you were busy today and you're watching this on the replay, let us know you're watching the replay. But also, you can still ask your questions then. Just put your questions in the comments and we will come back and make sure that we get you answered. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, just please drop them in the chat. Remember, drop the Q colon. It just makes it easier for me to find you so I don't go miss. But in case I miss it, I got my lovely moderators in the building. Rob Vols is here. Keely dun, 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 dun. And Mr. Camera Junkie, which we would talk about a little bit later. Christian has a heart out, so we're going to do this quick. And then if we go long, we'll just go long. You know, none of my guests want to do the 5-hour streams like me and Miss D. What the heck? Y'all got to start working out. Anyway, let's give a lovely LGL welcome to Mr. Christian Carousel.
How we doing, everyone?
By the way, tell the folks a little about you.
I gotta say, well, okay, so let's see, what did you not cover? Let's see, content marketing manager at StreamYard. I also host the Launcher Live podcast and Amazon Live show. That's over on YouTube as well as Launcher.live. Let's see, what else, Doc? I just celebrated my 300th episode of Social Chatter, my weekly social media marketing news talk show. What else? I gotta say, I'm just looking through the comments and I see so many familiar faces here, like Eileen and James, and I think Diana Gladdy was in there earlier. So many, Laura Williams. So good to see everyone, by the way. So this is awesome, Doc. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Dude, appreciate it. You know, what's funny is, like, I swear we be in the same groups forever. Again, I was on your show a while back, and we should have done this eons ago because I was telling Christian before the show, Amazon Live is one of those things that when I've been an influencer for a minute, last year when it came out, like, or maybe 2 years ago, sorry, three. Actually, it's been longer than that. It's been like 3 or 4 years ago when it first came out. I was lucky enough to get in. And then I didn't really do much with it other than what was coming onto my YouTube videos. But back then, you know, guys, I was the drive-by YouTuber, right? But in the last year and a half, I've been just pouring YouTube like out of my veins, like the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And then I did it because Amazon sent me a little message, was like, yo, if you don't start producing stuff, we're going to kick you out of the program. And I was like, it's so hard to get in. I'm going to stay in. So I started making YouTube videos again. But when they came up with the creator thing, I downloaded the app. I was playing around with, like, myself, Miss Eileen, Stephanie. And then I remember, like, Ecamm, I was having a problem with Ecamm. The phone worked perfectly fine. I don't know why. I had iPhone 11, dope. And I was like, I don't want to stream from my phone. So stupid. So I did a couple practices, but that was it. And then I'm watching people like you and Limwell and Chris and Jim and a couple other creators that I know just build entire lives around Amazon. And I was like, okay, you're slipping, Doc. Let's get it done. Let's stop making goofball. If you're going to stream 6 days a week, you might as well just go ahead and make an Amazon show and stop dicking around. So I'm like, I'm going to go from groundwork because I'm sure there's folks that want to do groundwork with me. Not talking Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I mean like regular groundwork. So that's why we're here. And already, COVID the technician was like, yo, how do you start? I want to start. I always wanted to try. See, that's what I mean. Like, I knew somebody else would want to come groundwork. So I said, let me bring in some experts. And so Christian's here.
It's going to be a lot of fun actually talking about this. I got to say, Amazon Live, it's one of those things that, like, so when I guess, like, Doc, you know, when people first start like live streaming, they go into, they have ideas to like try to monetize it, but I think it's kind of hard for a lot of people, right? Trying to either generate some revenue off of it or to build that community. And I know, like, it's that huge uphill battle. Like, you got 0 views, you got 5 viewers, you know, it's never really consistent. And Amazon is the total opposite of this. And that's because, like, you don't actually have to bring the community. You just need to, like, actually be good at selling things and talking about the stuff that you're actually, like, I mean, honestly, you really don't even need to be good at knowing the products you're selling, but it helps. Like, that's how, like, amazing Amazon Live is, I think. I got to say, I mean, it's easy to get started, by the way. It's one of those things that, like, I almost would say if you're new to live streaming, I'd actually start with Amazon, get kind of, you know, some of the win in your sales, like, start to make some sales, for example, generate some revenue, and then move over to doing your own lives. I know, right?
Okay, hold on. Wait. We're going to back up 2 points real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Two, start there first. That was the second one. But the first one that actually went by really quick, and I don't want nobody to miss it. You said you don't even have to bring your community. Can you please expound upon that, Herr Christian?
So what basically Amazon does with Amazon Live is all you have to do is basically set up a show, pick the products, and then Amazon's actually going to put them on their product pages. So all the, I don't know how many millions of shoppers, is it millions or billions of shoppers that Amazon already has? So billions of shoppers. And so, for example, let's see if I can I'll just hold some stuff up. Okay, so let's say you happen to have this in your product carousel.
You need that if you have an iPad. So.
You do need this. You do need this if you have an iPad or an iPhone, or you even want to put this with your. Maybe you want to put your phone on your A10 Mini. You can hook this in as well. This will give your HDMI cable into your phone. But for example, you got your iPhone adapter here, for example, and all you have to do is start your show, put this in your carousel, and then you can spotlight it in your carousel. And then let's say Rich here, for example, is over there on Amazon looking for this. You'll actually get a product page at the bottom, and it will show that somebody's actually live talking about this product right now. So, and then at that point, I could make a sale. Rich could actually learn more about me. Rich may not even know who I am. And then at that point, he may want to come check out some of my, my other content that I'm doing, things like that. But that is basically, in a nutshell, that's pretty much how it works.
Dude, that is crazy. Like I was trying to pull up just some random thing to find the stats. So let me see. I'm trying out, gang. I don't know if I did this correctly. I'm trying out the new Indy i5. It's pretty legit, but here we go. So we got net sales in 2019, 280.5 billion.
Yes, that's billion, by the way. We didn't stutter.
Billion. Okay, guys, listen. We had this conversation just yesterday on the stream about, I don't think the average kinfolk can understand how much is a billion, right? So I was showing somebody a calculation that if I gave you $1 million, let's just say you're Christian, and I gave you $1 million every day since Jesus was born until today, I'd still only be at like 766 million and some change. Like we're still 230 billion short. 230 million short of $1 billion.
Yep.
Like that's just cray. So their income was 11.59 billion. And you don't get to sell 280.5 billion USD with only like 7-8 people a day shopping at your joint. Like we won't even dig into how crazy the other stats are, but yeah. So that's why it is the platform, the art. If you're about those eyeballs, I wish there was a thing on the site that said there are currently X many people shopping with you, in order to let people understand like how much heat is actually being popped off on Amazon. Okay,
it's crazy. It's crazy because, and here's the thing, like Laura Williams here asked a good question a second ago. She said, let me see if I can find it real quick. She said, anything they can sell on Amazon that I love, I can plug. Absolutely. And so here's the thing that I really like about this. Like you can start your show around anything. So the way you're going to generate revenue off of Amazon is it's based off percentages. So, it is somewhat like it's commission, or I guess you could say commission based. So like it's a small percentage usually of a product. It varies between products. So it's, maybe 4%, 1.5%, 1%, things like that. However, it's not just what people also buy during your live. It's like, I think the first 24 hours, I think. So for example, like, so like, let's use like you and I, Doc, like we love like gadgets and tech, right?
We have a problem.
There's a lot of people asking about your mic, by the way. They're asking about that purple.
Yeah, I saw Mike
cover.
was short. I was going to answer him. But yeah, it's on reporterstore.com. Unfortunately, not on Amazon, but I might have to go. I got connects in China to get things made. I might have to go get some of these made and sell them on Amazon because reporterstore.com is out there by themselves in the middle of the UK. So it takes a while to come through.
We'll have to talk more about that. Yeah, about making products and stuff. So basically, let's just use this. Doc and I both love tech. We love gadgets. So we could build a live show, and that's all we talk about on Amazon, for example. Or there's people that, like say you're into the fashion and beauty side of things. Like you could build a show that is strictly about that. It's literally showing somebody how to apply makeup, for example. You're talking about different products. Right?
I want to make a show unfashioned and ugly. This would be like, okay, all you guys are like to rock around in Adidas sweats, Adidas jacket, and press and sew t-shirt and hat. This is us. Come to our show. There's no makeup. This is just like, these is the most comfortable shirt. These draws will definitely not make you look fat. Yeah.
But yeah, so like you pretty much just basically build a show around stuff you love that you can talk about, and then Amazon's gonna bring the audience for you. That's pretty much all it is. So you're the personality. You know, you showcase whatever it is you're interested in selling, for example, and then Amazon's gonna bring the audience, and then you're gonna make sales off of whatever it is you're listing, basically. And you're listing it from like, for example, the Carousel app. The Carousel on your smartphone, for example, or your tablet. But yeah, that's basically as simple as it is. Is there anything else I've left off, Doc, you think?
Man, you're killing me right now. Because, like, again, it's these things. It's weird, family. It's like but you don't know, right? So I'll give you a prime example. When I was in Germany, we went to have like Wiener Schnitzel, right? And it was dope with Kirschspätzle and all the fixings. And I was like, I know this is going to taste good because it's a fried piece of pork. So it's just automatically good. But then when you have the actual first bite and your face is just like, oh my God. Yeah, that's what I think this is like. Because the platform is weird, right? You don't get to get super fancy. It's a little bit challenging to make certain things talk to it. I found it easier to connect to it directly through, say, Restream or StreamYard or the phone. Ecamm now has got it figured out, but in the beginning that was a struggle, so I was end up playing with it through Restream. Skip all of that noise. All of that's irrelevant because once you got it, you got it. I can think of since we had this conversation back when I was on your show, which I want to say was like beginning December.
7 months ago, yes. So I think
the amount of items, actually, you tweet it every day, which I love, by the way. It's very, I don't do that kind of stuff, so I don't know any better, but I get a lot of followers because of you guys tweeting that Launch Your Live thing that I was on.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
And it cracks me up. But yeah, I can think of just how many things I've bought from Amazon since that day. Like
a lot of Mac Minis, probably. Am I right?
Oh
M1s,
God,
M1 Max.
I never even see. You know what? I work at Apple, right? So when people ask me where to get their mini, of course I send them to the Apple Store. A smart creator would be like doing a show on Amazon Live just about Mac Minis because I have probably sold in an Ecamm community. I've probably sold 200 plus Mac Minis.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
By the way, I actually briefly worked at Apple. I actually worked there for I think a day. I went through their program. No, I seriously, I went through their program, and then it just wasn't going to work out with my schedule. But it was a very good learning experience. I will say that. I've always wanted to actually work at Apple, like corporate.
Oh my God, corporate was so much fun. Except for I was at corporate when Steve was there, and then I was super worried about I fired all the time because if he asked you something and you didn't know the answer, you were gone. Victor, Indy i5 came out yesterday. Alec, of course, somewhere in Thailand, figured it out first. I was waiting for the email. I had the VIP alert, said everything. So yeah, man, I am pulling the Miss D, and I am way back in the comments. The good news is most of it is my family talking to each other. Hey, Coach, good to see you here, Coach. All right, cool. So I'm just catching up, just looking for.
No worries.
I'm looking for that.
While you're doing that, by the way,
Thanks,
while
Tanner.
you're doing that, I want to just talk about like just Amazon in general. I mean. A lot of people they think that it's super, I gotta say the hardest part is really like setting up the show. But aside from that, I mean, it's easy. And then what I mean is going through the approval process, for example, that's, it takes a little time sometimes, getting that sort of things, set up, coming up with your show idea. But then, as you're mentioning, I mean, you don't have to make it, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be complicated. Again, I mean, you could either buy the products yourself. You can even, just talk about the ones that you like on screen, like have, maybe a visual, whether it's an image or a slideshow or bringing up even an Amazon product page. But again, it's things like that are going to that's really the complicated part. I mean, it's not really, it's more just the fact that you just need to set up the show and do it on a consistent basis. So
There you go.
I almost want to say it's like free money in a way if you think about it.
You know, see, and that's what I wanted to kind of get from you, like some of the basic stuff, some of the fear hurdles that I think people probably need help getting over. Is like, is it complicated? Is it hard? You know, really, what's the process? Honestly, nothing. You just select the products. Okay, here's a prime example, and I didn't know this was a thing until last week.
Okay.
And I feel stupid. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago. Anyway,
I can't decide if you're going to tell me, is it the fact that you can just get the ASIN number for the product out of the URL, or what do we got?
oh no, I've been doing that I've been doing that one for years. I love that. I actually wrote a script for Text Expander to pull ASIN off of links for stuff that I liked. And that when I copied the link, it would reformat it to my link so that when I shared what I liked, I would actually get liquid for it. So yeah, I actually wrote a small Apple script, shell script thing that covered that. So here's the thing that got me.
Yeah, sure.
Chris and Jim and I were on their show, right? And we were just talking about random things live streaming.
Yeah.
We weren't saying things like, oh, do you know, if you wanted to buy really dope leather coasters because they look good, you know, it's about, 4.5 inches around. It's made out of nice, call it 25 weight leather. I thought we were QVCing, right? And I don't want a QVC. You know what I'm saying? What they did was had the carousel running. I mean, if I'm saying any of the wrong words, see, I can't say words, but if I'm saying any of the wrong words, please correct the linguist. But yeah, so it's running down the bottom, and we're not really talking about that. It was 3 dudes talking about streaming, period. We weren't saying, oh, and you should get the Sigma 16 lens because it has 15 elements, is made out of virgin glass, handcrafted on the legs of kids in Nicaragua. We weren't talking about it. It was just running in the bottom. And I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like it's like you can make the show pretty much whatever you want. Like you can just talk about stuff. For example, like you and I right now could be just talking on Amazon. And as you mentioned, there's a carousel that runs along the bottom, and you can have 40 products in that carousel, and you can highlight the ones. And I guess that's probably the tricky part, is talking and then like having the phone or having the iPad pulled up, for example. I don't like, by the way, I would say if you have like a monitor or laptop in front of you and you want to like, if you happen to be doing Amazon, you want to be, clicking on some of those products easily, I'd recommend, because you have to do them from mobile, I would either have like a tablet on a VESA mount, for example, right in front of you. So you can easily just tap on the items, so that way, like for example, I could do it right now and you kind of can't really tell I'm doing it versus the fact that I'm looking at it. So I'd be doing something along those lines, probably to make, to streamline your process for your Amazon Live shows. But yeah, you basically you can talk about stuff. You can not talk about the products. I mean, and then Amazon's going to spotlight them. And I'd say right now, this is the other thing you got to realize, like Amazon Live shopping has been around in other parts of the world. Like live shopping has been around in Asia and whatnot, like for quite a while, and it's extremely popular there, and it's just now making its way to the States. So if you haven't actually gone and set up an Amazon Live show, I would 100% recommend that every single person, like if you're good at, if you want to just talk about stuff, I'd go and do that. So yeah, and I dropped the link to this, but to get started, it's actually very simple. So basically, a couple of things. So Doc, I know you and I talked, and I think we're both part of the Amazon Associates program. So correct. For us, all we had to do was go and apply through the Amazon Creator app, which basically is an iOS version of the app. You go to on your iPhone or your iPad. I preferably do the iPhone. You get the Amazon Creator app. And by the way, I noticed their branding really doesn't kind of match. Like it's kind of
it does not.
Red. It used to be a purple.
Holy crap!
Yes, I'm not sure what they're doing.
But they don't know what they're doing.
Amazon Creator app. You get this. Whoa, that's even changed. Wow, that's new.
Yeah, that changed recently because it was purple until 3 days ago, bro. I BS you not.
Exactly. So you download So first off is get part of the Amazon Associates program. So join that. So that's good. Basically, that's Amazon's affiliate program, basically. So you join that, you can then get your custom links, and you can sell products and make a few % off of that. Then next thing I would do is go to Amazon Live, apply for Amazon Live, and they're going to ask you for your social media channels. I think I applied. I can't remember. What did you apply with, Doc? I think I applied with like YouTube. I think where I had like.
I used my YouTube channel because at the time that I applied, I was sitting at about 3,800 folks.
Yep. And I went that way because I think it was like 8,
which is funny
8,000
because
something like
my Instagram has been on close to 5,000 forever, but I just thought that they wanted to see YouTube because I was dumb.
But I went with YouTube as well. So apply there. And then once you're accepted, basically you're going to get into the Amazon live program. And then all you have to do is go through. I don't know if can you expand? Can you enlarge those screenshots? I'm not sure. Right. Let's see. So basically, yeah. So you basically go through their Amazon app, like that second one where it's like it's showing like your scheduling. I think for your show, you basically just like for example next to that trash can at the top, there's a little copy button. But basically, you can start a new broadcast. You're going to upload a thumbnail image. You're going to then pick your products, for example, 40 products, as I mentioned, up to 40 products. These are what's going to show in your carousel. So they're going to show along the bottom, as Doc was saying. And then you just set your start time. And then there's an option there for video source. And that's where it's really neat. You can do it straight from the phone. Or if you're using services, for example, like StreamYard, I think you mentioned Ecamm had this as well. All we're doing is we're using what's called RTMP to connect into Amazon. And the only caveat I guess I would say is this. So basically you go over, and obviously as Eileen mentioned, you do need an iPhone or an iPad to do this.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be the latest and greatest.
Christian.
Yeah,
hold that
sure.
thought.
Yeah.
Miss D and I done told y'all when Clubhouse came out
You need an iPhone.
last whatever. And all you guys, but I'm an Android, but I don't give a it's my show. I don't give a shit. Sorry, Miss Eileen, I give you $5. I have an Android device. I'm an iPhone user, but I ain't dumb.
Yeah.
It's something that comes out that laces funds into the wallet and you gotta have an Android device. I'm not gonna sit there on my, you guys know me, dyed in the wool fruit farm. I bleed rainbow. I have been an Apple person since before that lady threw the damn thing in the TV in 1984.
Yeah.
So for y'all to be like, oh, I don't got no iPhone. I don't want no iPhone. Dude, you can get an iPhone SE for $400. You can buy a used iPhone for $250, like an iPhone 8 or 10 or something like that. So to be in the streets, like I make money. I am not this kind of person. See, this is what I'm saying, right? So just think of it like this. There are people that will stare at problems, and then there's Drop Squad people that will actively search for solutions. I'm going to actively search for a solution. So I'm not going to rant about it too much because I've had this conversation with you. So has Ms. D, Diana. You just, today, if you are a modern business person and you're not rocking both platforms, you are failing no one but yourself. I love Tim, but I don't owe Tim enough loyalty not to line my pocket.
I was wondering
Auntie
which
Tim
Tim
is
we were
my
talking about
homegirl.
there, actually, and now I know which Tim we're talking about. Yes.
No,
that's
Auntie Tim is my homegirl. Come on. I would left, right, and center, like literally one of the best companies I've ever worked for. But I am not going to go broke because I don't have an Android device if something popped off that needed to pay me. That's just dumb. That's just that's called limited thinking.
By the way, do me a favor. Can you bring up Kova the technician's like comment here? They said, I have an old iPhone. I'll try with that. I don't have an iPad. You don't need an iPad. So like you have the exact thing you need. Use your old iPhone.
Yep.
Like you don't have to go buy the latest and greatest to do it. I mean, literally all I'm doing with my phone is this. I'm setting up my show. I am then adding the products through here. And I'm just switching the products. That's it. Everything else is done online. Like, so,
Miss Eileen, because we have a joke in our community because I'm potty mouth. So Miss Eileen, my joke is by the time the year is up, Miss Eileen will be sporting a 48 Ferrari, like because of me. So she opened up her swear jar for business.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you know what, guys? Now we're talking about Amazon. Let's let real be real. Hold on. Watch this trick right here. I'm going to show you guys something because this is the item that is always on sale on Amazon. It is never not on sale on Amazon, and it still classifies as a tablet. Yes, I've been looking at bald head shavers. What is it called? Why am I dumb? What is it called? Here we go.
I thought you were gonna look up that iPhone 7 for 170 on Amazon.
No, this always on sale for $89.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, you should have bought one of these on Prime Day, by the way. I think they were.
Oh
Like
yeah, it was like
$40,
$30. Right. So like, it's not the world's dopest tablet, but it will do what Christian is talking about. It will allow you to see your show. Monitor was popping. So like, yeah, you don't need COVID. You don't need an iPad, and you can probably on Facebook Fireplace. You can probably on Facebook Marketplace find a used Fire Tab for damn near free, because they out here. But the new HD 10 is $150, and you can find those for cheap too, because they're always on sale. Look at warehouse.apple.com and buy a slightly scratched tablet for 5 cents.
Don't tell them about that place, by the way, because
that's my secret sauce, bro. I live there.
That is mine too, man.
I go there every day. I check that joint with my morning coffee. It is so funny. I am always up in there.
Yeah,
there you go.
So like, back to, I guess, like Amazon Live. I mean, sorry, before we go back to that, like I just want to echo the same sentiment, that Doc was saying, like having both devices. Like you don't have to have the latest and greatest iPhone, for example, and the latest and greatest Android device, but having both helps you I gotta say this, as a business, as a live streamer, because here's the other thing. Like you learn, they both work very similarly, but you learn how they both work. You learn the nuances. You actually might realize that there are certain tasks that work better on the Android device than it does on the iPhone, for example, and vice versa.
Things are.
So, but yeah, don't stay stuck just because like, oh, don't be so like, okay, I'm going to just use iPhone, or I'm just going to use Android. Like branch out, you're going to actually realize like just how much more you can get done, I think, having both devices. But
I love you, Jerry. And Camera Junkie, I hope you got that one ready to clip. And wait a minute. I got to find Ken. Ken, your fault, damn it. The reason why I was looking at that weird Spider-Man, whatever the hell, clipper, this is 100% your fault, Ken. I was creeping Ken's channel because I'm like, I like this dude. He got the bald and bearded, part, the bespectacled. It covers all of the things. And then he was showing this off, and I was like, damn, his hair's so smooth. Like, you just kind of want to tap it real quick. And I was like, okay, so it's your fault, Ken. The whole reason why I was over here looking at this and new red cables, which I got to buy today, and some simple syrup because I'm running out of coffees. I'm lazy. I don't use crystals in my coffee. I use simple syrup, pure cane simple syrup, Anyway, Ken, so it's your fault that I'm even looking at this thing. So if you got something to tell me, bro, tell me, because it's absolutely 100% your fault. So, man, this is great. Christian, you just told them a couple of things that I don't think they're ready for. Let's look at this this page last time just to make sure we got it covered. So when you come in here, what I was doing is there's a way to actually rock a preview to test all of your kit. So you can run a fake stream, and then you can have a couple of friends look at it, and then be like, okay, you ready to roll? And so that's cool, bro. You know what? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was like, people better be ready because it's August, right? Next month is September. And if the minute that you walk into Costco and you see fake Christmas trees, come back and start streaming like an hour a day, 3 days a week on Amazon.
Definitely. No, you totally got to do that. And then the other thing, actually, let me see if I can do this, Doc. Hold on 1 second. I forgot to actually plug in my phone. Let me actually plug my phone in for a second here for you guys.
Keely said
I want to show you guys the app if that works. Does that work?
Yeah, you could do that. Keely said that Amazon Live is only available to U.S. professional sellers. Keely, here's what I would tell you to do. You probably have some friends down here in Southern Canada that have a business address, and you guys could like set up a business address there, and then you can open FH Umpires USA with the Delaware Corporation, completely virtual, and be a U.S. seller.
Well, and you got to actually, but I want to kind of answer that real quick. So, like, it also depends on what you're doing on Amazon. So, for example, if you're just wanting to join this program, like, you don't have to necessarily be the seller. But if you're looking to actually, I think you're looking to sell, like, if you're, like, for example, a reseller of things, you do have to get Amazon's approval for stuff like that. And that may be country specific.
Yeah, but to
So-
be a live creator though, I wonder
Yeah.
you can do it, from not US.
Some countries I think might have it. I don't think all of them have it. So,
Yeah.
okay, so let me do this. Let me go back and let me show you guys.
Oh yeah,
See
and
if I can
while
get this
Christian's setting up, Keely, that is a different thing, being a seller as opposed to being a Amazon influencer, two different projects. So
Yeah.
they're slightly different. Okay, you're good.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just switch real quick. I'm gonna switch over to the Amazon app. So basically, this is what it's gonna look like. This is a full-on, like, I'm ready to create something on Amazon. And basically, it's as simple as you're adding a thumbnail. You can go in, for example, into your products, and you can either search for products, for example, in the search box up here, or I give you guys a great, actually, power tip here. And that power tip is if you go over to Amazon and you don't create a wish list, but you create, let me actually get the correct name here, actually, what I call this.
Idea list?
Yes, you create an idea list, actually. So if you go to Amazon.
I'm an
and
idealist. I'm sorry, that was a dumb doc joke.
It's all good, man. No, it was good, man. So if you go to Amazon and you create essentially an idea list, the idea list is then where you can easily just add your stuff on desktop. And then when you go to mobile, you don't have to do all this searching or anything like that. It literally is going to show up as an idea list here at the top. So, and then if I'm like, well, hey, I want to add some of these products, all I have to do, for example, is just tap into my list. And as you can see, I've got, this, for example, we were talking about headphones for streaming. All I have to do now is say like, oh, well, hey, I want to put this and this and this and this and this and this in my new show that I'm setting up. And now when I go back, you're going to see these are the products that are going to be in the carousel. So, and then if I'm like, oh, well, I want to highlight, I just tap on it during the show and it would actually highlight right there. But the thing I want to show you all is this practice mode that Doc was talking about. And basically practice mode is where you just turn it on for this particular broadcast and it's connected over to, for example, I'm streaming through StreamYard. I have an RTMP connection back to Amazon setup and you only have to do this once. And so then I go on and turn on practice mode. And then what I can do is I can actually then stream directly from, for example, my device via StreamYard, for example, into my Amazon Live. And then that's going to let me bring in, like, for example, StreamYard's got like banners and, some scrolling tickers and things like that, or you can use eCam, as you mentioned. And when you do that, you're able to basically heighten your broadcast instead of just being, right in front of your smartphone. So, yeah. That's pretty cool, huh?
If you have a link directly to your show, by all means, pop that sucker in.
Sure.
Actually, the chat may not work, but you can Facebook it to
Here,
me.
I'll put it on YouTube. You want to put it on YouTube? Do you want to do that?
Yeah,
or?
see if that works.
Okay, so I'm going to drop this in. So I'm going to give you guys another pro tip here, by the way. So another thing, I have two types of Amazon shows that I run. One of those is off of Launch Your Live, which is the podcast that we had Doc on about 7 months ago. And that's all about streaming, all that sort of stuff, right? However, I also have one that I do with Letitia Campbell, and we're talking about like just business essentials and things like that. And so what we did is we basically have bought a domain, a .live domain, costs us about $2, by the way, and that's the typical normal price is about $2. So we bought, for example, businessessentials.live. I'll put that in the chat here, and then I have it just set up as a redirect.
Oh,
so then
that's funny.
Yeah.
You should say that. So
yeah, what have we got?
I'm going to be working with the .live team a lot to help people get their .lives. So
Nice.
I have promo codes for .live. If anybody's looking to get a .live, holla at your boy.
Very cool. And yeah, and by the way, just a quick tip, by the way, about buying domains that are super cheap. They're cheap for the first year, and then they're going to go up in price. Like, I think they go up to like $20, $25 a year.
20. It's an odd number too. Instead of being like 24 like normal, it's like 20
$17.99 or
20 and some change.
Yeah.
You got to go through name.com though for the setup that I got pop in. But yeah, if anybody wants a .live, DM me. I'll hook you up with the thing. But yeah, it's pretty funny. And I saw some that were like taken that I kind of liked though, but I really wanted. Yo, I could have bought it for like $123. Oh, I know what it was. We were looking at Mr. Camera Junkie. I told him he should get a shorty like mcj.live, and it was like $170 or something. But in a way, it's worth it because if he set that up as his URL shortener for his show, then that'll be the best $100-something you ever spent. It was $123.75. So I might just buy it for him for his birthday, because that way your short URLs is really short, like they used to be, which saves you hassle on like Twitter and things like that. And you guys all know I'm DocRock.live everything. So if you want to know what my affiliate link for anything is, just try DocRock.live and whatever it is called. So TubeBuddy or Ecamm or Beats for Epidemic Stream. Yeah, I've been using that forever. It's pretty dope.
So I want to answer a couple questions here, by the way. So
building.
Gregarious was asking, let me find the comment. Does Amazon Live support custom RTMP? Yes.
Yes.
So you're going to basically want to do this, and I'm putting the comments and I'm putting the sort of the instructions for you there. But basically, you use, like, if you want to use a third-party tool such as StreamYard, such as Ecamm, etc., you basically go there, you add a destination, and you're going to set up a custom RTMP. And then you're like, okay, well, what URL and what stream key do I put in? That is over on Amazon. So if you go on the Amazon Creator app, each one, your episodes are all going to have like an option to choose the phone camera or an external camera. You basically select external camera, and then it's going to pop up your stream key and your stream URL. You simply just copy those, go over to your third-party software, paste them in the custom RTMP destination, and then your stream, you would start it from the third-party tool, for example, and then on Amazon, it takes about 30 seconds. It's going to then pop up that you can go live, and that's all you got to do.
Dude,
so
that is.
let's see what else.
I'm trying to find.
So that's how I do things. Yeah.
Here it is. So I found the podcast on Apple, right? And so
yeah, it should be there. It should be, I think, Spotify. It should be Amazon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm looking to see if they had the link that would take us to the Amazon page. Here it is. It's launchyour.live. Duh.
That's actually that's gonna take you right to my website actually. So just use here. Let me see if I can think of an episode. Actually, use launchyour.live/EP. Let me see which one. Let me see. So basically, I have them going to different places.
/EPMD.
Do EP79 actually. So launcher.live/EP79. That was actually one of the reasons.
Yo, there we go.
There we go.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
I had your head on super large.
No, no worries, man.
Marco was looking like he just stole something. This is dope. Oh my God. I was just talking with Laura, Laura Davidson, about the Ionic 215s. And see, gang, look at that. This is what we mean by your carousel, okay? So you guys can see this right here. You come over here and you can see these are items. They had the TC Helicon, which is basically a repackaged Rode XLR Go. He got the P4, the P8, which Fulgens just got. You know, he got a couple new audio interfaces, that Samson Q2U, which we know and love. The vocal processor, the wired versions, and then he just going into the Anchor, the Mi 6, Loop Deck, which I got sitting right here on my desk. I can literally just do touch controllers because I have Loop Deck, Stream Deck, Loop Deck CT. I could just do a whole show talking about crap on my desk.
And did you get the Steam Deck, by the way, too, the new one? The one that launched the same day as the new.
No, because I don't play Steam video games.
I know.
It's so funny. I was in Steam for a minute, and then they jacked up my account, and then I never just went back. So that's dope. When you get to the end, it just loops back around, or is it just if you leave it untouched, it'll go back to where you are?
It goes back to what you're highlighting. So, for example, if I happen to highlight the Shure Ionics there, the 215s, that would get the red box around it. If it's an item that's at the end, it just moves it around.
But see, now that I click this, anything that I buy from Amazon in the next 24 hours goes to Christian. See, that's the part that I think folks are missing. Is that if
scroll
someone
down on the page, by the way. Let's see if there's anything up there. Let's see if we can find like who all is streaming right now about stuff. So basically, what's going to happen is, and then
this is how I first found out about it, Christian. So maybe on my Chrome it's not right, but I was down here and I was looking at something, and it had a video playing. You know, in the do I want to buy this section, and they have the images. This one had a video playing, and it was the person who was streaming, right?
So, like, how about this? Go up to the top. Actually, do this. Go to the top of the Amazon page.
Yep.
Click on, click on all, actually. Here, let me see if that works. So, there's a link. I have a link in mine that says live stream, or it says live streams. It's Amazon. Just go to amazon.com/live. and let's show them this.
Oh yeah.
So basically, you're gonna get you get a page on Amazon. Like this is somebody, for example, right now. There's like a cooking person I'm watching right now. Let's see.
Oh, you cooking people definitely should be on this.
So watch this. Okay, so look at this. So for example, this person is actually showing people like this is the Home Shopping Network side of things, where it's showing them how to make something and so forth, right? But it doesn't have to be this way. You can basically do anything you want. And then, for example, like you see all these little bubbles that are clicking on the right.
That's
Those are
people
people
loving
that
it.
are checking out that product. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're buying that product right there.
Okay, here's what's funny. She's in the middle of Instagram. See, I can't talk today. She's in the middle of Instapot, right? Then
Yeah.
she's showing you the Instapot air fryer. And actually, these pretty dope-ass airtight container things, I bought them for a friend for a present. But she put her makeup sponge in there. Ain't got nothing to do with cooking whatsoever. But, yeah, she got her makeup sponge in there.
Yeah,
And
she
she
may.
got-
Well, here's the thing. She may have put that because like maybe she's dabbing away maybe the oil, for example. I don't know. Maybe just an idea.
Okay, now we're going to get chicken, nail dryer, and draws. Guys, there's a theme on LGL. Once a week, I get to have a draws reference. And there it is for you, gang, my draws reference. Now,
Yeah.
it's just super funny. Like
Now I
and
will
then
say this is
after the draws,
Doc,
we
this is
get
where-
back to spatulas though, Christian, because she like after my husband wear those draws, I beat his ass with this flat one right here. Sorry.
Who
I'm
knows? By
sorry.
the way, I don't know if I'm actually trying to understand the theme of this because I think that it's like it looks like it's cooking, but it looks
Oh,
like
it's
the
crazy
titles, the
deals.
deals are
It's
crazy
crazy
good
deals. That's what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, me and my
So here's the thing.
once a show draws reference. Sorry.
Your show doesn't have to be like it could be about a theme. So, for example, when Doc pulled up my episode, I was talking about headphones and I was showing things like headphones. I was talking about needing batteries and, using, for example, I think I had the Stream Deck and I had audio interfaces, things like that. Right. And so I didn't just talk about like, here's 40 pairs of headphones, here's headphones, and then here's some other accessories that you may want to get with it.
Right.
So we talked about some of that kind of stuff. Right. But we don't have to actually highlight every single one of these products as well. So it really comes down to what you want to present to your audience.
See,
In the case
I love you right there. Look, you got my headphones in here because these are
I had to make
legit.
sure, man. I made sure I pronounce them right too, right?
Dude, these are right. Because I always call them. I calling them
yes.
K Bear for long,
The
but they're
K-Bears,
KB.
yes.
They're KB ear.
KB ears,
I'm a
yeah.
dummy. But here's the thing. Why this is so dope? Because you went and you showed everybody the Shure 215s, which are not expensive, fam. They're $100. But people in the community are going to be $100. Oh my goodness, right? So you go, okay, here you go. Here's some $19 stunners that do
Exactly.
really, really well. And then you get in there and you cover it as well. So here's the cool thing about Amazon. If you're like me and you're trying to tell people to get the right stuff, like these DT880s, I love my 770s back in the day. These are dope headphones. You come in and gave people some other options like, here's some HyperClouds. I'm not going to say they're the same. The only thing they have in common is the braid thing to go across the top of your head. But here, just if you got to go that route, here's some options, right? And then so he goes in, he's showing you all of the various things. Another genius move, show the cables. And I just wanted to bring up the cables real quick for Laura. She said making 1% on a bunch of $15 products isn't going to get you very far. Wrong. It's the other way around.
That's gonna get you. Yeah,
This
that's
is the
crazy,
other
yeah.
way around, family. Let me straighten out your weave real quick. The electronics that you think would get you the most commissions have like only 4% markup, period. So your commission on that be closer to the 1% or 0.1%. But on cables, this $4.59 cable actually costs 49 cents to make. It has a higher commission. You're probably going to make more just teaching cables and adapters than anything, which is why when you go to the Best Buy or the Buy More, as I like to call it, to buy anything, they will always hustle you on cables, they will hustle you on power strips, and they will hustle you on Assuron warranty programs. I will give you this TV for 39 cents, but please buy an HDMI cable, please buy a surge suppressor, and please buy a warranty. That's why, because they don't make jack off that TV. You just don't. Just like the movie theater. It ain't $20 for the movie. because that's what the movie company is giving. I mean, the house is renting the film from the company for. They're almost renting it at 87% per seat. The boy, my homie Topher, that's in the chat all the time, he ran the theaters here. All their money comes from popcorn. That's why a jar of popcorn at the movie theater is $48.
Well, it's like going to a concert, for example, you know, where when people used to do that, like I think the money is in like the merchandise, isn't it?
Oh, 100%, 100%. One of my nieces is merch for a tour, and yo, that's where she lives. She's killing it off of that merch sales, because yeah, that's how they do it.
By the way, I want to answer a couple of questions that we see here in the
Hey,
comments.
DJ Lovehouse, no, seriously, fam, I know we're audio files, but trust me, these are seriously $19 stunners. They will blow your mind how good these are. I was like, no way. And the lady was persistent on Instagram, and then she's like, no, okay, if you don't like it, you know, you can make a bad review. We don't care, but I'm going to send them to you anyway. Okay, so she sent them, and then I'm like, oh my God, they're dope. Okay.
Well, it's like talking headphones. I mean, like I like the Hi-Fi Man models. Like I don't know if you ever checked those out.
The Care Bears.
I'm gonna assume that was a typo, maybe. Maybe the
No, that's because I kept calling them K. I kept calling them K Bears, but it's KB Ear. I said it for so long. Eileen wanted to know how many things do you normally put in the carousel, Miss Eileen? You forgot the Q, so I don't owe you for the swear.
I gotta say, I don't try to fill up the carousel. I always try to put some standard things. So, for example, I will put my podcast in there. For example, I may go up to like, I always leave a little room too, by the way, because here's another thing. Like maybe you're in the middle of the show.
Comes up on the fly.
And you're like, hey, like, for example, I actually thought that I had added that 6-foot extended, you know, braided cable the other day, and I forgot to add it, and I had to like add it during the show. And fortunately I had space. Otherwise I have to remove stuff, you know. But that's pretty much, I try to keep it at, you know, between 30 and 40. Sometimes I do max it out, but not all the time. By the way, oh, yes. Yes, we had Stitch by Susan. Yes, Stitch by Susan was on the Launch Your Live show talking about live streaming their quilting business, and it was pretty awesome.
Okay, gang, I'm seriously, before Christian has to run, because we only have a couple of minutes, but I'll still be here to mess with you. You guys, Christian's in the Let's Get Live group, so if you have something interesting, hit him up in the group and be like, hey, I want to be on the show. Because, I mean, you don't get the 300 episodes deep by, like, not having people on your show.
It's all about consistency, man. All about consistency.
That's crazy.
Yes.
300 episodes. That is nuts. All right, gang, we got some homework in class today. We will go deeper into, like, you know, Launch Your Life. We'll go deeper into Launch Your Life. We'll go deeper into your Amazon situation, and we'll talk about it somewhere in class, gang. But first of all, Christian, you brought intelligence, non de plume. You brought a lot of good information. And I think I have, Miss Eileen would tell you, I have been on the fence, not because I didn't want to do it. I just kept making myself busy for no reason, and doing other things and focusing on the channel. But I think Amazon is kind of, if you want your other projects to be funded, you kind of got to do the Amazon Live thing.
Yeah, you got to.
And it's good practice for your real stream, right? Maybe you figure your audience isn't going to come to the Amazon Live show. Maybe you just want to practice.
Who cares, though, by the way?
I see the amount of rubbish streamers on Amazon Live, so nobody cares there. Because they came to the store to get what they get. And we have all seen funny-looking, like, horrible salesperson, but you still needed what you came to get. So you bought it anyway. You didn't care that the salesman wasn't necessarily the best because you needed it. And Amazon people go there because they need it. But it's a good place to practice. So,
and Doc, I want to add a couple of points about that. And it's the fact that, like, it really doesn't matter who, like, for example, if I'm over there trying to sell like electronics, say it's like headphones and batteries and smartphone or tablets and all that sort of stuff, right? That's awesome. But let's say Eileen comes on and Eileen's like, hey, you know what? I need to buy let's say she wants to buy a makeup brush, for example, or she wants to buy a set of ball jars, for example, for the swear jar, right? Like it does. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if she's buying them from, like, I don't care if she's buying them. I'm excited about the fact that, like, I'm actually generating revenue off of this. Like, I've actually provided some value to the point where she's actually then decided to make a purchase, which is great. So, you know, it doesn't matter, like, okay, this is like, you know how, like, when we do everything else, we're always like, focus on like who your specific audience is. But if you're going the Amazon Live side, you're basically just selling products, and if you're good at what you sell, it's going to really shine through. So like, it doesn't matter who I'm trying to reach. Like Walmart doesn't care who you're trying to reach. Amazon, for example, they want more customers in their shop. And so they don't care if like you're really good at selling this or that or whatever. Like, they're giving you the platform to do it. And that's, I think, the key thing. And it's all about, I mentioned it earlier about consistency. And there was a really great comment, by the way. Somebody asked about, should I direct them to like, a YouTube channel and things like that? What I do is I tend not to do any of that sort of thing. I tell them like, I put like little smart things. Like, I drop the podcast, for example, in the carousel because it's on Amazon. However, I don't tell them, okay, go over to my website, for example, or, go and check out like a course or things like that. Like, that stuff you really want to try to avoid. You want to try to like just focus on the products and kind of weave that story that way versus, oh, hey, let me get you to Amazon, and oh yeah, hold on, now let me get FH umpires here. Let me get them over to my website to go buy a course.
Well,
Like,
here's the dope part about the Amazon. You're already in the store,
exactly.
right? It's like if Christian and I were physically shopping in the same spot, right? We went to the store. We went to go get some stuff, some drinks. We were going to get some steaks. We are going to go grill, right?
Yeah.
And then Christian was like, "Oh man, recently I bought this new HDMI cable, and my picture just got better on my TV." I'm like, "I wonder if I sell that here." He'd be like, "Yeah, let's go take a look." And we would walk to the other side of the store and look for the Will and Dave HDMI cable, and then they might have it. And like, oh man, score, because we was just there. So you have totally done this exact behavior walking through a store with your homie. It's like, oh, you check out that new bourbon from, so and so and so. And I'm like, nah, what you doing today? Nothing. All right, we about to get faded. Okay, shoots, let's go. And then we boom right to the bourbon side of the store. We might have went in to get, who knows what, diapers for the kid or something. And then we end up buying stuff non-related. Like, everybody goes to the store with a list and walk out with a whole metric F ton of stuff that you didn't think you needed, but it was there.
Exactly. Yeah. By the way, one last thing I did want to add, for those who are wondering like, well, hey, why am I passionate about like just the whole live shopping aspect? I actually used to work in e-commerce for like 10 plus years. So I love this model. I love what all Amazon's doing here. And, for you, if you're like on the fence about getting into live shopping, like, what do you have to lose? That's the thing I would have to say.
I think it's going to be the new thing. Here's why. I think this is super funny, and I'm glad you brought that up. I think that HVC, QVC, Home VC, all these other weird shows, they have been pushed into the middle of the 500 now, right? They're in like channel 206, some odd number, right? Sorry, Seattle. But that's considered like fuddy-duddy and old, and only like, people who you don't want to kick it with watch that stuff. Watch Amazon and Instagram are going to have the quote-unquote influencer sect, out here selling stuff. So trust me, live shopping is coming to IG this year. I put money on it. Anybody want to bet me, I'll bet you Miss Eileen's Ferrari. Let's go, right? Because it's coming. And then so this is ground floor. Amazon is only like a year old, and a lot of people love to go, oh, well, it's saturated. All these people are doing it because in the LGO, we got like 8 of us, Monty and you and Chris and Limwell and then the other Chris, Giles and Jim, there's a bunch of you guys, but there's probably like 20 of us. Even out of LGO, there's 700 of us. There's 20 of you guys that are doing Amazon Live. So even for us, we're not saturated yet. If you count the numbers that we just showed you with that 280 some odd billion, like if every single person in the eCam community at 16,000 deep was doing Amazon Live, we still ain't saturating jack.
Nope.
Not even close.
No.
So just get it.
You got to also, I just want to highlight one last thing. So like Stitch by Susan, for example, like you're in the quilting business. Like you don't have, here's the thing. You don't have to be live 24/7, for example. You don't have to be live just, 3 to 5 times a week, for example. You don't have to be live for like 3-4 hours and all that sort of stuff. Like the thing I want to get across, I think, is, for example, if I'm Stitch by Susan, I could have a normal live show where I'm showing the quilting aspect, but then I could do a separate shopping show where I am just talking about the items that I'm currently using in my quilting business. So Like there's so like if you really take your business and you really kind of break it down, like you can have, a track that is informational, a track that is literally just selling and so forth. Or you could actually just roll them all into one if you want to. But that's, there's so much potential here. And I like this point here when we meet up at B&H, we don't care who will help us when we get there, make the commission. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
it's a thing. We're doing a family field trip to B&H.
That's one of my favorite stores in New York. Every time I go there, it's always where I go. So.
Yes, Miles, you can absolutely do that, fam. Like you can literally just sit there and have a conversation about whatever you're conversating about and have items in the carousel and people are in there. One thing I wanted to go back to Miss Eileen, I think we kind of covered it, but I just want to make sure we got it real quick. How many of you guys are already in the Amazon Associates program? You definitely should be in there. Hey, Lee, good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Yeah. If wife co-hosts the Amazon live stream, can we put both persons' affiliate IDs in the carousel? I don't.
So
know
I
if
think
that
it's
works.
only this. I think it's only like for example, if Doc and I both had like if we were doing a show like that, I think it's only one channel that you could set that up. However, what you could do is you could set up a separate business that is between the two of you, and then you take whatever earnings are there, and those then every month you're like, hey, you know what? Let's split these, whatever the percentage is.
Because in your affiliate program, guys, you can go in and make another ID. So like the ID for a majority of my products is infofreak-20. But then I do have just Sean Boyd-20 just in case. And then I also have docrock.me/20. So I can make one right now, just LGL something -20. And it's a whole, but when you go to your analytics, you can see the report and know exactly which tag is making what. So that's been there since Jesus walked in Nazareth. It's been there
Long
for a
time.
minute.
Yeah. And I can't stress that enough, by the way. That is an excellent piece of advice, which is making sure you set up different IDs for things because you want to know which ones are driving the most sales. Like, yes, like you don't hear, like going back to like the idea of like, should I do Amazon Live? Should I not? Like, it doesn't matter where the sales come from. So you should definitely do that. However, when you are setting these sorts of things up, definitely I'd recommend having separate IDs. So if you got something on your website and you got something on the Amazon Live, you literally can just click on the drop down and say, okay, this is the one I use for Amazon Live. This is the one I use for my website. Which one is driving the most? Because then that helps you decide, what do I concentrate my efforts on? Do I put it into the Amazon Live app or do I stick with the website completely?
Right, and it helps you see like which channels are performing, right? So you can actually see what you're making from your live versus what you're making from your website or your podcast and all of the aboves. So boom, that's in there.
And numbers wise, by the way, just real quick, I mean, the great thing is, like I mentioned this earlier, you don't have to bring the audience. Amazon will bring the audience. And maybe the first few episodes you do, you get like 1,000 people viewing the content. That's great. Or you get impressions. Sorry, you may get 1,000 impressions. You may get 500 impressions. You may get 100 impressions. But then, they have certain, like, it's sort of tiered. They gamified it. So basically, the first few, they want you to sell a certain amount of products, a certain number of units. And then I think one of the requirements is hitting a certain number of followers. But over time, like, then you move into the next slot, and that number is going to, like, it can go gangbusters. I mean, you could easily hit you could hit 50,000, 100,000 people, depending on how engaging your show is. And you don't even need to know a single person. Amazon is the one that is putting your show in front of people. So
Hope you folks are paying attention. I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. I'm just saying, man, Christian, you killed him today. I appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna come back and launch your live soon.
Yeah,
so
let's have you
just
back,
I'll send you a hit up. And gang, of course, any of you guys that's in the chat, if you want to talk to Christian, he's an LGL family member, dude. So, our family, I tell you, our family has the coolest amount of sneezes. So subject matter experts is, damn. But people you might not know, right? Some of you guys signed up for the group, you're not in there, and other ones we live in there like it's our house. But trust me, man, this is. Oh, I'm going to get me an Amazon Live show squeaked out in the next couple of days. That's the homework, gang. If you have questions, again, Jim is in our group. Christian's in our group. Monte is there. Christian and Giles. Chris Giles is there. What's his name? Lemuel. That's his name. I'm looking at his name on the screen. And so we have a bunch. Miss Eileen is there. We have a bunch of Amazon Live guys in our group. And so, yeah. Come on in
just
there.
tag. if you got any
What did
questions,
I
just
say,
tag me,
Miss
seriously.
Eileen? Did I
So,
say social media? I meant to say subject matter experts. I don't know. Man, never mind. Don't listen to me today. You know, I'm having one of those minutes. Christian, I know you got to go. We want to be respectful of your time. I appreciate you, brother. And
anytime. This was a lot of fun.
gang, I'm still going to be here. I got a couple more stuff displaying on you. And make sure you follow Christian. And it is at launchyour.live. And then you can work from there. Listen to the podcast, you know, and check my Twitter feed because I retweet when he retweets my show from like 8 years ago. Because I got to talk to you about that because I'm learning stuff from watching you do that. That's kind of genius.
Yeah, let's talk. Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, brother.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Aloha. Aloha.
Bye.
Man, guys, wait, that's Christian. This is me. Guys, I don't know if you know, that was just freaking awesome. That was so good. Like, it's really, really incredible. And it was super, super dope. Now, what's going to happen is we got to get ready for class. I got some stuff to do before class. The show won't be super mad long today. I want to make sure that you guys do catch up and follow up. I do want to let you know we're going to have kind of sort of back-to-back Amazon chats because it just worked out this way. But the fire part of it is if you need more stuff or you have more questions or you just don't know what's popping, then you're going to want to make sure you show up Tuesday because we're doing it again. And you guys heard me mention Jim and Chris. We're going to have Jim and Chris on. So wait, why did I just press that again? We're going to be talking to them and just bring your notes. So like go do all your stuff this weekend. Get all of your questions together and then we can do it again. I'm just saying like, and I think homework for everyone is make sure you get your stuff set up and, you know, come through. Seriously, it's going to be good. Question, you meant Amazon warehouse. Yes, I meant Amazon warehouse. Peter, you will find out that my face does not say what my brain means on certain days. And today is one of those days. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it happens. But that's what I meant. I meant Amazon warehouse. But we're not talking about that because you guys stay out of Amazon warehouse because that's Christian and my secret squirrel shopping place. Because, oh my God, there's so much dope stuff in there. Now, if you brand new around here and you guys don't know about the Drop Squad, this is the Drop Squad. This is where guys in our community go to like just learn. We teach each other stuff. We hang out for every weekend and it's fun. We learn a lot. We share. We push each other, you know, try to help each other grow. Like it is serious family happiness going on in there. And I don't know what I just did to my overlay, but let me fix it because, you know, lock your overlays, Doc. There we go. Now we're cooking with Pam. But yes, the Drop Squad link is pinned at the top of the chat. Thank you to Mr. Rob for putting that in there. But yes, if you want to come and hang out with us, you can go to the Buy Me a Coffee page. You can get a single or you can get a membership and just come to class every week and kick it with the brethren because we be out here in these streets. So before I go, I just want to know you guys have any other questions you guys want to talk about, anything you want to cover. Real quick, I'll give you some times to get that together. It's pretty dope. Victor, like you can get this pack from going to, let me write this down, Let's Get .live. It's free. It's free. We give it out. Go to Let's Get .live and boom. There you go. There you go. And then, oh, I see Miles out here making like requests. I'm saying Miles out here making requests. Where's my thing? I had a special overlay that I made, but I'm going to go get this for my man Miles real quick. Boom. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put up this little promo situation, and then I am going to hide all the things. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. And then now I'm going to go like that. Boing. Whoa. You can really dance. There you go, Miles. There it is. And look, let me grab another one. Boom, right here. Whoa. You can really dance. Oh, I can't make mine bigger than hers. I will get beat. I'm not trying to get beat. I ain't that dumb. There we go. Now, there you go. Now they're even. So make sure you guys come and check out peopleofvideo.com. Yes, sorry. You need to. Okay, Miss Eileen has fixed my bacon. Sorry, Miss Eileen. There you go. You guys can come to peopleofvideo.com. If you use the promo code LGLFAM, you can get a discount. You know what I'm saying? So that is the secret sauce. Peopleofvideo.com. Let me do this. Okay, I'm getting there. Copy that. Yep. Miss Eileen said, make sure you put the HTTPS because, you know, I'm just one of those weird dudes. And then use promo, learn how to type doc, promo code LL fam. And you guys can thank Chocolate Twist Yoga for that promo code because she was the one that said, hey, I'm finna do this. Do you got some kind of special? And I was like, all right, then. All right, here you go. So, there you go, Mr. Miles. I hope this helps you out a lot. And then Miss Eileen said, make sure you come and join the Drop Squad. You know, you guys can come and get one class, but honestly, it just be the member. It's so much more fun. Like, man, we just be out here. We be out here having a blast. And thanks to Keely last week, I finally start using my Discord server. So, yes, the Discord server is there. And come through if you want to kick it and talk story. And, yeah, it's been fun. And Keely has been helping me trying to make it look cute for y'all. So I'm, like, putting out carpet, you know, getting the walls painted. I was thinking about going with French doors. So we getting the server set up, and thank you guys for that. Man, today was incredible. I'm just saying. I know it's quick by LGL stream standards, but family, it's just out here. Boom. This is the People of Video conference. Come over, click some stuff, make some links. Check out the fantabulous speakers that are going to be there with us, right? They still haven't updated the page, put my face on there yet. But since Miss Diana's face is there, we'll let it go. Man, it's loading kind of slow. Brother, damn you. I wonder what's going on with this show. This guy, Doc. So you got Roberto, Brian, Meredith, Marissa, Jeff, Ross, Owen, Professor Nez, who is just fire, and then our Lord and Savior, Miss Diana Gladney. So make sure you guys... You can do it virtually if you can't get up there, but if you can get up there, come kick it with the family. We got all myriad shenanigans planned, so that is going to be a blast. And, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in class. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. I did want to make an announcement before we go so that everyone can show some love to the brother. Oh, my goodness. This guy, Chris Wood, comes sliding up in here late. You know when you come late, Chris, you got to clean the dojo with just squeeze the towel and run back and forth to clean the dojo. But wait, Taekwondo is not a dojo, so I guess I should stop. Anyway, gang, I'm collecting my thoughts. I mentioned early in the show today with Christian, I mentioned about exceptional people. Exceptional people. They say if you want them to understand what you're saying, say it 3 times. Exceptional people conquer what average people complain about. Just let that marinate. Exceptional people conquer what average people complain about. So there's a lot of folks who say, I can't do this because I'm too busy. Every time you hear that, I want you to read that as too busy complaining. Right? They're going to give you why their circumstance is different than the others. They're going to tell you why their busy is actually busy, But I just want you, the LGL family, you don't have to try to teach them if you don't want to. You can just let them say it and agree with them if you want to. But exceptional people conquer what average people complain about, and average people spend a lot of time complaining about being busy, right? When they're actually busy complaining. But exceptional people are busy seeking out solutions. Exceptional people pursue solutions while average people complain about being busy. Average people stare at those problems and talk about those problems, but exceptional people go seeking a solution to the problem. And why I bring this up is I want to let you guys know that Mr. Camera Junkie is an exceptional person. So he wants to get better at all the things creator. So he heard me saying I need an assistant. I needed to get an editor. I need to basically duplicate myself because there's only so much time, right? So again, busy people, yeah, there's only so I got the same 24 hours you got, player. I don't know what kind of clock you got, but my clock is 24, same as yours. So if I'm too physically busy, not mouthing my mouth busy, yeah, maybe you need another person. So he hit me up a couple weeks back and was like, if you need it, I'm down. I want to learn this. 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 Talk to me. And so I ain't gonna lie. I pussyfooted on it for like 2 weeks. And then my Miss Diana was like, I'll reach across this microphone and slap the black off you. I was like, you're right. I'm going to call him up next week. And she was like, no, you're not. You can call him today. And I was like, oh, yeah. So I called him and I said, let's talk about it. And he said, I've been waiting for you to call. It was like a Jedi moment. So let me introduce my real Padawan, Mr. Camera Junkie. So you'll be seeing a lot more of him. We ride or die at this point. Y'all put 2 Puerto Ricans in the house. Next thing you know, there'll be 8 of us. But congratulations, Mr. Camera Junkie, for putting your time and effort where your mouth is. For stepping up and proving yourself to be exceptional. For that, little brother, I love you. I just want to close with that. When y'all see Mr. Camera Junkie, tell him congratulations. Right? Linwell getting flashbacks from Asana. Diana Gladney has assigned you to call Luis. Yes. Yes. Linwell, wait, I got to screenshot this and send this to the group because that was always a very scary alert on your phone when Miss D assigned you to something and you, yeah, that was the scary alert on the phone. I ain't gonna lie. That's funny. That's funny, Lim. He got jokes. He got jokes. Anyway, it's a DJ K pick. I'm curious. Ah, Miss Eileen, I love you. You're so dope. Yes, man. Yes, I'm just saying, folks. There's a lesson in there somewhere. You gotta do it what you want. And I know some of y'all are sitting there right now going, I can't say this because Miss Eileen gonna cost me a fortune. But there are some of you guys going right now going, yes, Doc, the hell with you. I am really busy. I got this. I got 17 kids. I got, this and that and the next thing. And I got a mortgage, and I got this, and I got that. And well, you different because you, but there's a bunch of people saying all of that. And you know what? They're right. But that still don't mean you can't do something to make it better, though. If I said, all of you people that say I'm busy, I'm going to say, okay, you're right. but what are you doing to make it better? What are you doing to fix that situation? What have you actively done to fix the situation that you just bitched about for 10 minutes while I sat there and went like the roly-poly bug on Bug's Life? What did you actively do today to fix that? Nothing. So come at me with that. I'll be like, whoom, miss me with that bull. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Exceptional people seek solutions. Average people complain. BCD is habit forming. Blame, complain, and then defend when I call you on it. BCD is habit forming. Break the habit, people. Now we're going to play some music. And oh, God, Miss Eileen is going to cost me a fortune. I love you, cuz. I love you. You just rock. Man, you know what? Today in class, people tell me to move the song to the stream deck, okay? Because I keep losing it.
City of mine, how I
see you guys soon.
How I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people. This is a city I met all my best friends, and I wanna thank every brick. I wanna thank every entrance to every building that I step in this city of mine. I owe you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole damn day doing whatever we want. Keith drove us down to Ike's place while we'd roll up a blunt, and me and Jack would get stoned, walk around and get lost. Don't think I'll ever truly pay back all I was lucky to get just by walking through the city. No, I'm a small part of this.
City of